Hello everyone. I hope that you have completed your short notes of microorganisms and where do microorganisms live. So in this second session we are going to learn about the advantages of microorganisms. So this slide I have to show that uses of microorganisms and harmful effects of microbes. This is the overall view of microorganisms and us. The next point is, that is 2.3, microorganisms and us, means some microorganisms are useful and some microorganisms are harmful. So see some uses of microorganism, that we are using the microorganism in preparation of curd, bread and cake. So each and every point we will learn in detail, but here just take a look of uses. Next use of microorganism is production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid. That acetic acid means your vinegar. Next one, in preparation of medicines and vaccines. Some medicines like antibiotics and vaccines, that also be made from microorganisms. Next use of microorganism is cleaning up the environment. So some microorganisms are helping the environment for cleaning. And the last use of microorganism is increasing soil fertility. So we have learned in crop management about the soil fertility, still we will discuss. And some harmful effects are also there. For example, cause diseases in plants, animals and human beings. And next one is spoil food and cause food poisoning. So many uses are there and only two harmful effects are there, so that we will learn. So now here we will start the useful effects of microorganism. So first is, one point is there, that friendly microorganisms. Friendly means what? They are actually just helping us in many kind of things are there, that the microorganism just helping us. So some microorganisms are helping us in the for making the curd, bread and cake. Some microorganisms just used or just help us for making alcohol. Okay, some microorganisms are there, they are just act as a composers. We know na that manure and fertilizers. Okay, yes, so microorganisms are help in the cleaning of the environment. Some microorganisms are there, they are just used to increase soil fertility, that nitrogen fixation is there. So these some microorganisms are there, they are friendly. Friendly means what? They are actually sharing with us, they are giving us some uses, or we are using that microorganism for many kind of production. So first important thing is the production of curd and bread. So in the curd many bacteria are present there. So that bacteria are known as lactobacilli. Have you observed that your mother is just taking 1 spoon of curd and adding in a warm milk? Have you seen that or have you observed that? Yes. So she is trying to make a curd from pre-curd. Means already the curd is made, and with the help of that we are making another one. So bacteria, that is a lactobacillus or lactobacilli, which present in curd, that used in the formation of curd. The lactobacilli that present in the curd, it just multiplies in milk, means they are just increasing their number and convert that milk into curd. So bacteria convert the natural sugars that present in milk into lactic acid. Okay, sugar is present in the milk. I think you know about that, that sugar is present in the milk. So that sugar is just convert into lactic acid. Have you just ate that curd, little bit sour in taste? So that is because of the lactic acid, because that lactobacilli convert the lactose sugar that present in the milk into lactic acid, and that helps in the formation of curd. So different flavor of milk is due to different types of bacteria used. Okay, milk is also in different flavor. We can see that in market, or we can take from the market. Different flavors are there of milk. So that is because we are using different kinds of bacteria. So understood how we are making the curd. See, I have mentioned here, when a little of pre-made curd is added to warm milk, then lactobacilli bacteria present in curd multiply in milk and convert the lactose sugar into lactic acid, and this help in the formation of curd. You can also do that activity at your home. Okay, just take a pre-made curd, 1 spoon curd, and add in the warm milk. So after many hours you will get the curd. And who is just doing that? That lactobacilli bacteria, lactobacilli bacteria, which converts the lactose sugar that present in the milk into lactic acid, because that lactobacilli just increasing their number, means they are just multiplying, and our curd is ready. And lactose sugar is just converted into lactic acid, that's why the taste of the curd is little sour. So understood about the curd, how the curd is made? Yes, curd is made with the help of lactobacilli bacteria, and they are performing one reaction, or they are doing one reaction, that is conversion of lactose sugar into lactic acid, and then there is a formation of curd. Next one, another thing is that making of bread or cake, pastries. So that is because of another one microorganism that known as yeast, that is yeast. Have you seen yeast? Yes, that is available in market. You can bring that from market. So what we have to do if you want to make a bread or cake or pastry? So you have to add yeast in a dough. Dough means whatever the atta is there or the flour is there you are using, like your mother is doing for chapati and bhakri, that dough is there. Okay, so in that dough which is used for making bread, you have to add the yeast in that dough, and then the yeast just reproduces rapidly, means that yeast also multiplying their number. And when the reaction is going on, see, we have learned in the photosynthesis that the reaction, actually plants are performing or doing a reaction, and in that reaction we are getting the food. Same happen in this case when we are adding the yeast in that dough. So that yeast started to reproduce and just releasing the carbon dioxide. The bubbles of carbon dioxide fill the dough and increases its volume. Okay, if you want to check that, just go on YouTube and just you can just type there that yeast for making bread. Okay, how yeast is used for making bread. So you can see that one video is there, the dough is there, original dough is there, and when we add the yeast, the volume or the size of the dough is just increases, because whatever the air is present in the dough is just filled by the bubbles of carbon dioxide, and then that dough is used for making cakes and pastry. So yeast is used in making cakes and bread, so where the bakers add yeast to dough to increase its volume by filling the gap by bubbles of carbon dioxide produced by yeast. So here yeast is producing carbon dioxide, and then carbon dioxide fill the dough and then increases its volume. That's why when you just the cakes and pastry are there, they are just soft and there because of this yeast, because of some bacteria. So this is the one use, that is production of curd and bread. So without lactobacilli or without yeast we cannot make a curd and bread. We can make, but not that type of quality is there that we get from this lactobacilli and yeast. So I hope that you have understand the first point, that is production of curd and bread. One another activity is there, that activity 2.3, just open your textbook. So you have to do that activity. You can do if you have yeast at your home, so you can do that activity. So you have to take half kg, that is 500 gram of flour, that is atta or maida, then add some sugar and mixed with warm water, that you have to make that dough, and add a small amount of yeast powder and knead to make a soft dough. Means you have to keep that dough. And what do you observe after 2 hours, that you have to check. So already the figure is there, 2.6. See, two images are there, that maida with yeast powder. See the volume of that dough, and after adding that maida is just raised because the volume is increased. So when you are just adding the yeast, you will get the increased or the soft maida. Whatever the quality of bakery products are there, now that bread, cakes, pastry are the bakery products. So that bakery products quality is just depend upon the yeast, means how much the yeast they are using, or the quality of yeast powder. Then raw material is there, which raw material they are using, and some incubation conditions are there, means in which conditions they are keeping that raw materials and all. So all these things are important when we are just want the good quality of bakery products. Okay, so all these bakery products are depend upon the yeast, then the raw materials and incubation conditions. So this is the one used we have learned, that is production of curd and bread. One another use of the microorganism, that is the commercial use, means in industrial scale we are using that microorganisms. So in this case, microorganisms perform one reaction. Okay, so in this commercial use, so that used for large scale production of alcohol, wine and vinegar, that is acetic acid. Acetic acid is a chemical name of the vinegar. So if you want to do the production of alcohol, wine, vinegar, we need what we need? Yes, we need microorganisms. So microorganisms are used. So the raw material, again we want raw material like maida. Maida is a raw material, then we are adding the yeast, that is the bacteria, and then we get a bakery product. Same here also we want raw material. So what are the raw materials? Means anybody know that alcohol, wine and vinegar, which raw materials are there, and from which raw materials we are making the alcohol, wine and acetic acid? Yes, many grains are there. With the help of that grains like barley, wheat, rice and some crushed fruit juices. So these all are the raw material, and this raw material just added with the microorganisms, and then we will get the production of the alcohol, wine and vinegar. So here also yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. See, I have mentioned for large scale production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid, microorganisms are used. For commercial production of alcohol and wine, means alcohol and wine, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice and crushed fruit juices. So we are using that grains in which grains the sugars are present, because we need, in this we are actually converting the sugar into alcohol. Means if the sugar is not present in that particular grain, we cannot do this reaction. Okay, so sugar is converted into alcohol. So sugar is present in that particular grain. So take example of rice. If I am taking rice, so in the rice sugar content is there. Then in the rice I am adding a yeast solution or yeast powder. Then that yeast convert that sugar present in the rice into alcohol, and that process is known as fermentation process. Okay, so with the help of fermentation we are getting the alcohol, wine and vinegar. See, what is a fermentation? So fermentation is the process by which the yeast converts sugar into alcohol. So the conversion of sugar to the alcohol is known as fermentation process, and that fermentation is just discovered by Louis Pasteur in 1857. See, now we are living in 2020. So 1857 one scientist is there, that is Louis Pasteur. So he was discovered this process, that is fermentation, and that's why now we can do a production of alcohol, wine and vinegar. So if you want to check that, means if the fermentation is just happen or not, you can do another one activity is there. So see that activity 2.4. Take a 500 ml beaker filled up to 3/4 with water. Okay, we have to take a water, dissolve 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar in it. So you can do at your home also. You have to take water, add 2 to 3 spoons of sugar in it. Then you have to add a half spoon of yeast powder to that sugar solution and keep that solution in a warm place. You have to cover that solution. Okay, and for 4 to 5 hours. After 4 to 5 hours, you can take a smell. Okay, like the smell of alcohol and wine. That smell is there. That smell is actually because the sugar is just converted into alcohol because of the yeast. So we are using the yeast, we are using the microorganisms for fermentation process, and the results are alcohol, wine and vinegar. Understood the next point? First point, we have seen that microorganisms are used for making curd and bread. There are also we are using lactobacilli, yeast, many microorganisms, and here the production of alcohol, wine and vinegar. Another use of microorganisms is the medicinal use. So when we just feel weak or we just fall ill, we are going to hospital, we are going to doctors. So that doctors giving us some tablets or some capsules or injections, some liquids. So all that capsules, injection, tablets are known as antibiotics. Now for making these medicines also we are using microorganisms. So see, first I will read that all. The source of most medicines are microorganisms. Like plant is our source of food, means we are getting the food from plant, same as whatever the medicines are there, that we are making with the help of microorganisms, and that medicines are known as antibiotics. Now don't say the medicines, you have to say the antibiotics that we made from microorganisms. Now what are the antibiotics? So the medicines which kill or stop the growth of disease causing organisms, means for example if you have cough. Now cough means what? We have just learn in session 1 that many microorganisms are there, they cause diseases. Means what? A particular, for example viruses. Take a virus, the cough is because of virus. When the virus is just get entry in your body, the viruses start multiplying. That viruses are killed or the growth of that viruses stopped, and because of whom, so that are known as antibiotics. For example, paracetamol. The paracetamol is a famous antibiotic is there, maybe all you know about this. So if our just headache is there, we are just taking the paracetamol. Means what? Actually we are just killing or just stop the growth of that disease causing organism. That disease causing organisms is known as pathogen. The organism which causes diseases to us are known as pathogens. So actually we are killing that pathogens by using antibiotics. For example, streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin. So all these are made up of fungi and bacteria. Like the harmful effects are there, the useful effects are also there. Means we can make antibiotic because of the microorganism, with the help of microorganisms. So that antibiotics are there are just made by growing specific microorganism and are used to cure a variety of diseases. If we want to make an antibiotic, first we have to grow that specific microorganism. We have to grow that microorganisms, then take that microorganisms, make antibiotics and use to cure the diseases. So antibiotics, these are the medicines that are used to treat infections caused by other bacteria and some parasites. So antibiotics are produced by the help of bacteria, that is tetracycline, streptomycin, penicillin. Many antibiotics are there. So you have to remember the antibiotics name. And what are the antibiotics? The medicines that kill or stop the growth of pathogens, that is disease causing organisms, are known as antibiotics. But doctors are always saying that don't take antibiotics in your own. Means we have habit, if your headache is there or the stomach pain is there, we are directly going to the medical shop and just asking about that antibiotics. But this is my request to all students that please don't take antibiotics without any prescription. So antibiotics we should take only on the advice of qualified doctor. These medicines or these antibiotics we can also use to check infectious diseases in plants and animals. Like we are just means like diseases caused to us also, some diseases we can found in plants and animals also. So that plants and animals infection also we can check with the help of these antibiotics. So first antibiotic was penicillin. First antibiotic which is discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1929. So first antibiotic is penicillin, which is made by Alexander Fleming in 1929. So just remember that. So in 1929 the Alexander Fleming was working on a culture of disease causing bacteria. He just do this his study. So suddenly he just found that the spores of little green mold in one of his culture plates. So whatever the scientists are there, they are just using some culture plates are there for checking the growth of organism. So he just observed that the presence of mold, means presence of one microorganism, prevented the growth of another bacteria. And in fact he observed that it also killed many of these bacteria. So from this experiment the penicillin was prepared by him. So that is the story about the first antibiotic. So just remember that antibiotics are made by using microorganisms. Okay, and these antibiotics are manufactured by growing specific microorganisms and used to cure a variety of diseases. So understood about the antibiotics. These antibiotics are used to kill various pathogenic microorganisms and remember the examples, that is penicillin, streptomycin, chloromycin, tetracycline, then aureomycin. Many examples are there, so just remember that. Next one is about vaccine. Okay, so antibiotics and vaccines are just opposite to each other. Have you just heard about the polio vaccine? Yes, when we are small, that polio, we are also took that polio vaccine is there. So vaccine and antibiotic both are different, because antibiotics we are using to treat infection, means after that bacteria getting entry in our body, then we are taking the antibiotics to kill that infection, infectious pathogen, to kill the growth or to stop the growth of that bacteria. So that is about antibiotic, that is used to treat infections. But the vaccines are there, they are actually prevent infections, means vaccines are used to prevent infections from ever becoming developed. So both are different. Okay, vaccines are different and antibiotics are different. Antibiotics we are taking after diseases, and vaccines we are used to prevent that diseases. So this is the important difference, so just remember that. So now about the vaccine. So some definitions first you have to learn that. See, first one is pathogen. Before we will learn in detail about the vaccine, first we will learn some definition that related to the vaccine. So first one is pathogen. Pathogen is disease causing microbe, means whatever the microorganisms are there, if they are causing diseases to us, so that microorganisms are known as pathogen. Next one, another important definition is there, that is antibodies, not antibiotic. I am saying antibodies. So antibodies are substances that our body produces to fight disease causing microbes. Next one definition is vaccine. So vaccines are weakened or dead disease causing microbes that are injected in our body to trigger the production of antibodies. These antibodies remain in the body for a long time to protect it against any attack of disease causing microbes. First just read, so I will explain afterward. And the last definition is vaccination, that is the process of protecting the body from pathogens with the help of vaccines is called vaccination. So one scientist was there, that is Edward Jenner, who discovered the first vaccine, that is smallpox vaccine in 1798. So from that 1798 the vaccines are then started to make. So when we are going to learn about the vaccine, first we have to learn about the principle, that how the vaccines are working. Whatever the vaccines are there, that made up of dead disease causing microbes. Disease causing microbes are known as pathogen, and we are making the vaccine with the help of that pathogens. Like a snake poison is there, you know that snake medicine is there, when the snake just bite to our body, we are making the medicine with the help of that snake poison only. Same we are doing here, with the help of dead pathogens we are making the vaccines. So when the vaccines we just inject in our body, they are producing antibodies. So see in this image, the blue one is a pathogen, the blue one is a microorganism that caused disease, and when we are just injected the vaccine, see around that pathogen some structure is there that are known as antibodies, which is produced by this vaccine. So these antibodies and pathogen just fight to each other, means antibody fight with the pathogen, and then these antibodies just destroy this pathogen and protect our body from the diseases. So that process, that our antibodies protecting our body from the pathogen with the help of vaccine, is known as vaccination. So I hope that you have understand about the vaccine. The simple principle is there, that the vaccine, when injected in our body, the vaccine produces antibodies, and these antibodies just fight against this pathogen, that is disease causing microbes. These both are just fighting, and then the antibodies just destroy this pathogen and just protect our body from that disease, and this process is known as vaccination. So this is the further use of the microbes. See some of the diseases that can be prevented by vaccination. Okay, many diseases we can prevent by using vaccines. See, like cholera, hepatitis, smallpox and tuberculosis, that is TB. Another popular vaccination program is there, that actually run by our Indian government, that is Pulse Polio program. We have learned, or we have heard that one, that Do Boon Zindagi Ke. That means we are taking that 2 drops of polio vaccines, means the children below the 5 years age are given the oral polio drops. Oral means with the help by mouth we are taking that vaccine, and that vaccines just used to prevent the infection. So this is about the vaccine. And the last point of this session is the another use, that is the increasing soil fertility. See, some bacteria and blue-green algae are able to increase the fertility of soil by fixed nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen, and these microbes are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. So I am not going to explain this in detail, because the last point of this, that is the nitrogen cycle and nitrogen fixation, so that point I will take afterwards. So just remember that these microorganisms, that is the blue green algae or some bacteria, are used to increase the soil fertility. Now just remember this point. Okay, don't learn the principle, that we will learn afterwards. So just write or just learn the another use of microorganisms, that microorganisms are used to increase soil fertility, and the name of that microorganisms, that is blue green algae, and someone is, that is rhizobacterium is there. So that we will learn afterwards. One another point, that is cleaning the environment, one use of microorganisms, that is microorganisms are used to clean the environment. Have you observed that if one dog is just dead or just falling on the road, means that dog is dead, and you are just looking that dog for 2 to 3 days, but after some time that dog is just disappeared, because of whom? Yes, because of the microorganisms, means the microorganisms present in the soil, they are just decomposing that dog. Okay, so that's why with the help of that we can use this method for cleaning of the environment. So at that time of making manure also, means we can make the manure, that is the organic substance is there. We have learned in crop management that manure and fertilizer. So manure means the organic substance that we are used in crop production. So that also made by the waste of plants, vegetables, fruits. Okay, we are just dig the soil, add this waste in that soil, and whatever the microbe present in the soil, they just decompose that all the waste, so our manure is ready. And then we are using that manure in various crop production, or to that we can use that manure for the growth of the plant. So like that, many microorganisms are there, they are just used as a cleaner. Okay, they are cleaning the environment, because these microorganisms convert the dead and decaying part of plants and animals into manures. So that is the one, that how they are cleaning the environment. So that microorganisms decomposes the organic waste into simple substances and degrades the harmful substances and clean up the environment. So this is all about the uses of microorganisms. So in this session we have learned about the uses of microorganisms, that is in preparation of curd, bread and cake, then production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid, then the preparation of medicines and vaccines, next cleaning up the environment, and last one is increasing soil fertility. So whatever the notes are there, don't copy as it is. What you have learned from this session, from these slides, from that you can make your own short notes. Okay, means if the question is there, write the uses of microorganisms, you can write these main points and just elaborate that point in your own words, but don't write anything, you have to write the correct principle of each and every use. So I hope that you have understand all the uses of microorganism. Still if you have any doubt, you can ask in comment box. Okay, complete your short notes and learn your short notes, try to remember all things. Thank you, take care.